Good morning, hoodies, and welcome back to the Hood Table one more again. It's your girl coming back at you with some more trending news regarding one of the hottest topics out there on the celebrity streets, which is, of course, Diddy. Now, as we all know, Diddy was arrested and he's behind bars for federal racketeering and sex trafficking. Months after his home was raided in March, on March 25th to be precise, his homes, multiple million-dollar homes, were raided, and he has been in jail for the last few weeks. Now, we have been discussing Diddy along with the allegations and also along with the newest accusers, which we did speak about the other day, as well as this new book that has been circulating off of Amazon, which is supposed to be the words of Kim Porter. Now, a lot of people were speculating if the book was in fact real, if it was in fact a memoir from Kim's own voice. Now, the Kim Porter memoir, Diddy and her children accused it as being fake. Diddy's lawyer did speak for him in his defense because, of course, he is locked up. But Diddy was speaking from behind bars about the authenticity of this book. His lawyer said it is not only fake, it is also offensive, a shameless attempt to profit from tragedy. Chris Todd, which is the author, has no respect for Mrs. Porter or her family who deserve better. Wolf said in a statement to The Root. Unlike the fabrications in his sickening memoir, it is an established fact that Miss Porter died of natural causes. May she rest in peace. Now, you know, some of the allegations in the book was that she did not die from natural causes. And it was even other accusations about the illnesses of, I'll be sure, also the illness of Jamie Foxx, that there was poisoning involved. Now, those are the allegations. I don't know if you read the book, but I've been saying, you guys, if you have read the book, please let me know what you think about the book, what you think about the authenticity of the book, if you believe the book, if you truly believe that the words are from Kim Porter herself. Please let me know. Now, again, I haven't bought the book yet, but I have read like the samples and the free excerpts from Amazon. But again, if you read the book, please let me know how you feel about that book. But so we know Diddy did speak out from behind bars. Who else has been speaking out from behind bars? None other than Suge Knight. And we're going to sit here and we're going to watch a little interview that he did with Chris Comos. And let me put up my banner real quick, because this is going to be copyright disclaimer under Section 107 for the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So we are going to be listening to this interview and also chiming in and doing commentary on their discussion. And then after that, we're going to watch a little clip of Ray J and watch what he had to say about what Suge Knight had to say to Chris Comos. So let's go ahead and air this video up real quick.
Done a little bit of homework and know who you are, why should they believe you about what you think and feel about Sean Diddy Combs and any allegations against him, given your history of animosity with him?
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you or nobody else getting nobody to believe anything regarding him. Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing, because when you look at it, that man have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any shit about the next person. But it's not a gray area with me. And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or get where he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true and what's not true. Only true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say, what do people think? That's irrelevant.
So, Suge.
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got some negative to say when it comes to West Coast people. And Charles tried to make a reference to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest or talk the best. It's not something positive that can help anybody. I don't get on no platform unless it be something positive. If it ain't positive.
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you.
Okay, you guys, let me just chime in right here real quick because some people don't even know like the history behind Suge Knight and Diddy. They used to be really, really close friends. So when Suge Knight comes out and say these things in these interviews regarding Diddy, a lot of people's like, well, can we believe him? Can we trust his word? Because for one, he's in prison. For two, him and Diddy been beefing since like the 90s. But they did used to be good friends. And basically what had went down, just to keep it short and sweet, short and simple, there was an incident at the Source Awards back in 1995. One of the notorious moments in the history of their beef between Diddy and Suge Knight was the 1995 Source Awards where Suge Knight publicly dissed Diddy on stage. He said, any artists out there that want to be an artist and stay a star and don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be in all of their videos, all on the recording, dancing, come to death row. This was a clear shot at Diddy, who was known at that time for appearing in many of his artists' music video and songs. And we do know that, right? I know y'all recall that. The people who are hip hop fans, Diddy fans, he used to be in everybody's video. It was singing, rapping, dancing, something, right? So that was a clear shot to Diddy. Now, Diddy claims that he later did confront Suge Knight at the after party and that Suge denied that he was talking about him. Diddy said that Suge told him that he was actually referring to Jermaine Dupri, another producer who had his own label, So Def. However, Jermaine Dupri denied this and said that he never had any beef with Suge Knight. And ever since then, they have been feuding and beefing. But back to the video, you guys.
You seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure. That Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people?
You guys, about those allegations of the split up between those two, have y'all heard that before? Hold on, let me rewind it just a tad bit, you guys.
Got divorced because of videos that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you?
Child, I have never heard those allegations. If y'all have heard those allegations, chime in the comment section below. Because as far as I knew, that, you know, when it came to Ben Affleck and Jennifer or J-Lo, what I had read on the blogs was that basically she had been ready to move on from Affleck. She had been ready to move on from Affleck. Now, what I had heard was J-Lo had filed divorce 2 years after their second marriage, citing irreconcilable differences. Sources say the couple faced distance, mood swings, personality changes. Like Ben was like allegedly two very different people. And so J Lo, they said she really was trying to hold on. She was really trying to work things out. But then it was like, okay, it's time. It's time. She felt like she had to move on. And now I hear that they could have broke up from some earlier previous video footage of J Lo that Diddy had. Who child? Okay, moving right along.
What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. If you're starting with the top, Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arell, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, it went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Keep going, Suge.
They speak about what they speak about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
Now, when you talk about the tapes,
but this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the world, they don't know the players.
Your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's just a recording from the prison. That's just saying that they record it, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand. What tapes are you talking about? Who has them? And what kinds of things do you think they show?
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I wasn't no choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'll go back there and they'll be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They could take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on.
What? Oh my God. Boiled egg test? You would take a boiled egg and have a guy bend over and stick it up his rear end? And you know what? Suge Knight is like, I done a lot of things in my time, but there are some things that I was just not willing to do. Now, he did mention Usher. He did mention Bieber. You know, even Suge Knight chimes in on those two young stars who grew up to be really famous. And a lot of people have been talking about those allegations for years, especially with Bieber. But we're not going to get into that right now. Let's go ahead and move it right along.
A second,
But
Suge.
if you just look, that's all you got to do is
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any Puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, there's
Oh, Suge Knight is a fool. He said, have you ever been to any of those parties? Because if you have been to those parties, you know better. Okay? He said, even the preachers be at them parties and they be down there on their knees and they don't be praying to God. Oh, my goodness. Moving right along.
have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry, not for the people who don't get in. So everybody, you got to look at it like this. You see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, if they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth sticks and lipsticks and nose sticks, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young man with no confidence because they've been that way all their fucking life. So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But Suge, just because he has plastic surgery, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong about rich people doing stuff to their face or whatever it is, but that's different than the allegations that are coming down on him.
I'm talking about richer people. I'm talking about the difference. I'm talking about, okay, look at it like this. I look at real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. But right now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him.
You're right. Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
Bingo. There you go. Nobody is defending Diddy right now. Nobody is defending Diddy right now. Everybody is coming out, if anything, with more accusations. As far as these tapes, like I said the other day, people who do this type of thing, whether it's to other grown-ups, other adults, whether it's to a male or a female, whether it's to children, they always have some keepsakes. And usually it's videotapes. A ton of videotapes. Just like with the incidents with R. Kelly. A ton of videotapes. When R. Kelly, when he was finally arrested, they had duffel bags and duffel bags at his different homes. Duffel bags spread across his different homes full of videotapes. All the way back. We talking not even like recent tapes, but all the way back down to the VHS. Some of y'all don't know nothing about the VHS. But yeah, anyway, Suge just said right there, nobody is defending him because they all know it's true. Man, I was speaking to one of my friends this morning. I said, this trial is going to be one for the books that will definitely go down in history, especially in the history of entertainment business, hip hop business. Is definitely going to be one for the books. So there you guys, we just listened to Suge Knight and what he had to say, what his thoughts was on the whole Diddy situation, including videotapes and things like that, including people not coming out to speak or vouch for him. And what he also said was, let me pull this up real quick. Suge Knight also suggested that someone might in fact hurt Diddy in prison to get a name for themselves. What Suge Knight had to say basically was that, and we know that is currently serving 28 years in California for voluntary manslaughter. And when he was speaking to Chris Cuomo, when people ask, like, is he really saying this? You know, just because the things that he's saying, just because him and Diddy been beefing or been feuding since the '90s. And one thing that Suge says is he doesn't jump up and down. He doesn't cheer for no black man going to prison or any other human being going to prison. And he did, in fact, say, and Diddy has children. Their mother has passed away. Diddy has children who are looking up to him, who look for him to, protect them and be there for them. And so he's like, no, I'm not celebrating that he's in jail, not at all. He's speaking what he actually believes and what he says he know. So when Como asked Suge, did he feel as if Diddy was in danger and if he had any advice for him, Suge said, I don't want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that, he advised, because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal, you don't have the rights to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no t-shirts, no blankets, no sheets. You're naked in a cell as a crazy man, so he definitely don't want to do that. His other words of wisdom were to ask for kosher meals because they're difficult to be tampered with. Maybe he should get on a Jewish diet because the kosher meals is a way better than the food somebody else is making for you, he said. At least they're going to come hot. They're going to come sealed and you're going to be the one to open them. He said that's very, very important. And Diddy is currently being held in Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, a jail notorious for its violence and subpar living conditions. MDC Brooklyn has housed high-profile prisoners like R. Kelly and Hislam Maxwell, and some judges have even refused to send people there, according to the Associated Press. He's been placed on procedural suicide watch, something that is common when it comes to detainees of his stature. A spokesperson has maintained that he's strong, healthy, and focused on his defense. But again, Suge Knight said it wouldn't surprise him if somebody would come after Diddy to make a name for themselves. Now, after Chris had the opportunity to speak with Suge, he also had the opportunity to speak with Ray J. And when he was speaking to Ray J, he wanted to know how Ray J felt about what Suge had to say in regards to P. Diddy and the allegations and the RICO charges and everything like that. So now we're going to turn into that. And again, I'm going to put up my copyright disclaimer.
So let's bring in a close friend of Diddy and Suge Knight, producer, singer Ray J, and Diddy's former publicist, host of the podcast Naughty But Nice, Rob Shooter. First, Ray J, give us an assessment of Suge Knight's credibility. Where should he be believed? Where should he not be believed?
Well, I mean, if you look at his track record, I mean, he pretty much ran the hip hop and music scene during the Death Row era. So a lot of people he know and a lot of people he has been around. I can't vouch for everything because I'm not Suge, but I can just tell you, like, most of the time, Suge is saying something is coming from experiences. He's not like making it up like he's writing Green Eggs and Ham. Like, this is serious.
So first things first, it was impossible in real time to vet what he was going to say, Rob, because I didn't know what he was going to say. But we are getting responses.
I didn't either, man.
Oh, listen, hey, Ray J, you did nothing but help. You are helping advance the conversation with people who are willing to discuss their perspective. That is a precious commodity in this investigation right now.
Did you hear me trying to tell Suge to be positive too as well? Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Yes.
I had to get that in.
But I mean, you're not going to control what he says, but you provided him the opportunity to make his witness. So you're all good as far as I'm concerned.
And he made a lot of good points. He made a lot of good points.
Yeah, listen, I mean, this is his world. Clive Davis responds and says the points about him were not good, his spokesperson. This is a completely fabricated thread being trafficked by an incarcerated felon, but that doesn't mean he's not telling the truth. Mr. Knight's assertions about Clive Davis are 100% false. Nothing of the sort ever happened. Clive is a mentor to artists, and in keeping with this, never ever condone any such inappropriate behavior. Specifically, Rob, Suge Knight suggests that P. Diddy wasn't just taught things by his mentors, he was abused by them, and that his behaviors are a function of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, he said it last night. I was watching the show at home, Chris. It was an amazing thing to reveal. I've got to agree here with Ray J. Suge knows this world. So is he larger than life? Might he exaggerate? Maybe. I think a lot of people probably do. But fundamentally, this is his world. If he told me something, I'd be very happy using him as a source, as an insider. I trust what he says. And so he was particularly around when Diddy was growing up in the business. He didn't just come out as being P. Diddy. He started small and he got bigger and bigger. Suge was around during those years. So that stuff, I would guess overall, maybe not specifically, is pretty accurate.
But Rob, you were his publicist. You were around.
You know what, you guys? Basically, what I'm hearing here is that Diddy just didn't start off being Diddy. Of course, he wasn't where he is now, or, well, before now, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't reach the greatest heights of his life overnight. He started real, real small, and he grew from there. But what I'm hearing is that basically what he is, or what we've learning of him, might have been happening to him. I was talking about the other day how people who are preyed on usually become the predator. Not always, not always, but it's no mystery when the person who's preyed on becomes the predator. When the person who is the victim becomes the victimizer. And there's allegations of the things that Diddy has done, the things that R. Kelly has done, Epstein, Weinstein. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of big of those a lot of those people who are really big in the entertainment industry, whether it's movies, whether it's music, it goes way, way, way back. Guys, it goes back so far. We talking not just the 90s. We talking the 80s. We talking the 70s. We talking the 60s. We talking the child. This stuff goes way back. And a lot of times it's like there's, have you ever heard that saying, there's nothing new under the sun? I know your mother or your father probably told you that, or your grandma when you were younger. There's nothing new under the sun. And when I call these things a society, somebody was telling me one day, society, why would you call it a society? It's not a society. You guys, look at what we're hearing. Listen to what we're hearing. It's one entertainer after the next, one executive after the next, one producer after the next, one celebrity after the next. I call it a whole society. But anyway, I digress. Moving right along.
Around him, not after dark deep or whatever they're calling P. Diddy's other activities. But how would you have never heard this type of allegation that he was going after underage people, he was having all kinds of sex with people who were or were not consenting? How would you not have heard it?
Yeah, I think people that get away with this for a really long time are really good at covering it up. It's almost like being a functioning alcoholic and you just never see the liquor. I never saw it. I really didn't. When I was with him, he was professional. Was he rude? Was he aggressive? Yes. Did he like to be told? Yes, of course. But I never ever saw any of the sexual.
I really like what he just said right there. He said when people are used to doing certain things for a certain period of time and getting away with it, it's kind of like a functioning alcoholic, like kind of like a functioning crackhead. Like that you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, but you're able to go on day after day after day as if this is your normal life and still be able to function without getting into serious trouble. I really do like what he just said.
Stuff. And I think that probably was by design. He kept his inner circle really, really small. I was part of a larger circle, not the inner circle, for a short period of time. And so I think this was sort of the reason that he managed to keep this a secret and evade the law, any consequences, for particularly maybe over a decade.
Ray J, help me understand something. How do you interpret these celebrities that knew P. Diddy very well or tangentially deleting all their tweets? What is this? Well, how am I supposed to understand that?
Well, first off, I want to say I have a lot of respect for Clive Davis. He's somebody that's inspired us all in the music game. And I think that in this situation, people are quitting. You see a lot of people stepping down from their executive positions in music. And I think a lot of people are tying that up with Diddy. We don't know exactly why everybody is quitting or why everybody's quiet. But I can say this, a lot of celebrities in this power come from environments where they think certain ways of doing business, cutthroat, disrespectful, shady, chasing fast money, these are normal because, they saw their mentors do it. I mean, Diddy did it, even Suge, and so even though they're learning on the fly, but they're also mimicking the executives above them that they learn from. So, I think we have to break that cycle and keep following a new blueprint, and that's evolving instead of ending up in the same place, broken, bad relationships, in jail, or worse.
You know what Ray J just said right there, I find really, really important. How, a lot of the celebrities or a lot of these executives, producers are mimicking what people have done before them. That kind of puts me in a space as far as like us as parents. Some of us as parents know people in our family who might have had things done to them as a child. And, sometimes people call it like family sins, or sins of the family, basically things that happen in a family, and every generation it just keeps happening and keeps happening until somebody says, I'm done. This is not going to keep happening. We're going to raise our family a different way. We're not going to allow certain things to happen to our family, to our children. We're not going to continue to sweep things under the rug. This is not how we're going to do it this time around. That's what it puts me in a frame of mind as. That's the frame of mind, I should say, that it puts me in. But you guys, please let me know what you think about these interviews that we just watched. The one with Suge Knight, the one with Ray J. Please give me your thoughts on Diddy. Please give me your thoughts on also as far as like the support. Again, nobody is really coming out to support Diddy. If anything, there are more accusations, or people are saying, "Sure, I was there. I know he'd have done a lot of stuff." People speaking out from prison. Other celebrities are speaking out. And I believe that a lot more people are going to come forward. Even like I said the other day, I believe a lot more accusers are even going to be coming forward in the days to come. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Now, one thing that they did mention also, this is going to be the last thing I chimed in on, but there is speculations about celebrities who have been deleting their tweets. One in particular, Usher. Let me read this, guys, to you. Okay, they said the internet is puzzled as celebrities delete their entire tweet histories. They said, what's going on? A couple of musical A-listers have just wiped their accounts, deleting all evidence of their tweeting history. People who are acquainted with Diddy, that is. Fans were puzzled after Usher deleted his entire Twitter history days after his close friend and mentor, Sean Diddy Combs, was arrested and charged with sex trafficking. As of today, tweets from the singer's account has disappeared, including his posts, media, and replies. Ain't that strange? It's like 7,000 tweets were deleted. They said the only thing fans can now see from Usher's account are a few highlights. However, two of those seem to be from hackers who tweeted about cryptocurrency scams. Fans question why the R&B singer, 45-year-old, expunged his profile, especially while he's in the middle of his highly anticipated past, present, future tour. Nobody on Usher's team said deleting 7,000 posts is going to look crazy as hell, given the circumstances, asked one user. Makes you wonder, huh? Somebody said, whoa, apparently Usher has deleted his entire Twitter history. Why would someone high profile do that? Added another. And then a third fan said, Usher scrapping his entire Twitter history says everything we need to know. What does it tell you? You guys, let me know, what does it tell you? Again, if you didn't already like this video on the way in, please like and share this video on the way out. Also, please make sure if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to the Hood Table. And also, there's a join button for you to join the membership if you would like so. And again, if you want to donate to the platform or to the commentary, our Cash App is $ the Hood Table 402. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember, until we meet again, to keep it hood. I'm out.